That day I received a letter, a red envelope without a return address. Golden inscription, "You are invited." Mr. Beast's new challenge. I was supposed to be happy, but my heart froze. The people who participated in these closed games never came back. I went anyway. Night, empty highway, a small light in the distance. I have arrived. The warehouse stood alone on the hill. Outside, rusty gates, peeling paint. Inside, bright decorations, spotlights, chests. No one is here. Only props and cameras hanging like eyes in the dark. The stage waits for someone who will never come. I still didn't understand that the waiting would turn into a trap. It was only the beginning of rules we did not yet know. We went inside. Everything looked perfect. The decorations, the cameras, the chests of money. But there were no people. The silence pressed harder than the light. We kept walking. At every step, a sense of surveillance was felt. Cameras watched us like eyes. And the first suspicion ignited inside me that this was not a show. We opened a chest labeled $10,000. Inside, there was only a black box. The guy took the box. The light went out. When it came back on, he was gone. The empty box was lying on the floor. One participant stepped away from the group. He looked into the camera and joked, "Hey, there's no one here." The lens opened like an eye and sucked him inside. His face appeared on the screen. It was screaming, but without sound. I understood. Rule number 2, never stay alone. The first challenge, reach the door within 60 seconds. The floor began to give way. Hands reached out from the darkness. Someone disappeared. Rule number 3, never take part in the game. One of the participants disappeared instantly. Only an empty jacket and a phone that kept blinking remained. I began to understand. This is not a show. It is a trap. And every challenge was deadly. We reached the glass bridge. It looked sturdy, but in the reflection I didn't see myself. Instead, I saw someone behind me. Rule number 4, never step onto the glass bridge. Every movement here could cost you your life. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now, because soon you won't be able to leave anymore. The next challenge is a $1 million circle. It looks like an opportunity, but here, the money is a trap. One participant stepped inside. When he tried to leave, it was as if something was pulling him back. Only blood remained on the floor. Rule 5, don't step into the $1 million circle. No one wins here. After the lap, we reached the $1 million house. Outside, a palace sparkling with lights, like in Mr. Beast's videos. But inside, empty corridors, the echo of every step bouncing back. Each room seemed endless. We heard our own voice calling our name. Someone answered and never returned. Rule 6, do not enter the house. Every room is a trap. Every door is a snare. The next challenge is to stay indoors for 24 hours. Time flows differently here. Minutes turn into hours, hours into years. we found a guy who stayed for 24 hours. For us, it was just one night. For him, it was decades. He aged right before our eyes. He tried to speak, to call for help, but his voice disappeared into the silence of the house. We've learned the most important thing. Rule 7. Don't stay here for 24 hours. Time is the enemy here. And then I noticed the letter. A red envelope was lying on the floor. My heart sank. It was the same envelope I had received. I came closer, and then it dawned on me. The main rule is more important than all the others. Never open this letter, because if you're reading this now, you're already invited. We tried to leave, but the doors we entered through had disappeared. At that moment, it became clear that there was only one way to get out of here. But this method, you won't like it. And if you're still thinking about subscribing, do it now, because only darkness awaits you from here. When I reached the end of the corridor, I saw him, Mr. Beast. But he was not the man I knew. His smile was too wide. His teeth were too long. He looked at me as if he saw all my fears. The cameras that had been following us all evening turned directly on me, and a voice said, "Congratulations, you're a finalist." Then I understood the most important rule. It's more important than all the others. Never open a letter. Because if you're reading this now, then you're already invited. Subscribe, or be the next one to stay here forever.